to tan my hide out behind the barn. He taught me to be dignified out behind the barn. When he took his strap to me and turned me down across his knee, he sure did hurt my dignity out behind the barn. Oh, I got my education out behind the barn. I ain't a fool and no siree. Passed each examination out behind the barn, and it damn near made a wreck out of me. I smoked my first cigarette out behind the barn, and that's one day I won't forget out behind the barn. I got so sick you should have seen how that tobacco turned me green. I almost died from nicotine out behind the barn. Oh, I got my education out behind the barn. I ain't a fool and no siree. I passed each examination out behind the barn, and it almost made a wreck out of me. I met a pretty girl one day out behind the barn. She wanted me to stay and play out behind the barn. She taught me to kiss and pet, and that's a game I can't forget. Or we still play that same game yet out behind the barn. Oh, I got my education out behind the barn. I ain't a fool and no siree. I passed each examination out behind the barn, and it damn near made a wreck out of me. Oh, I wish that I could go again out behind the barn and do the things that I did then out behind the barn. You may think it ain't no fun to be a poor old farmer's son. You don't know the things I've done out behind the barn. Oh, I got my education out behind the barn. I ain't a fool and no siree. I passed each examination out behind the barn, and it damn near made a wreck out of me.